All along the watchtower. Nope, can't go that way. We can get Glass-Eye Joe out of the way. And there's our first thing there. I see. That's funny. Watchtower. Gang wars are bad for business. 1 of 6. Lona. The Blade Breakers and the Twice Drowned got into a battle right on our canal. 2 boatloads of men each. Captain Fortune's men got the better of the twos. They dumped a dozen bodies over the side as tribute. The bloody water drove the wharf rats into a frenzy, and razor sharks are just circling the docks. Air thick with bullets. No customers for meat pies. Took my cart back to the warehouse. Lona was steamed. Can't blame her. Curse this war. Curses Captain Fortune. Tokes. There's one more, and we can upgrade her. What's up? Whoa, don't scream me like that. Find Glass-Eye Joe. Finn, is that you? Nay, your stature's too grand to be a little Finny. A suspiciously drunk man says. Where be my manners? Name's Glass-Eye Joe on the account of my glass eye. Say, you wouldn't be passing through these parts and want to make a bit of coin, would you? Coin's always good. The crew is on shore leave, but we make way to the sea again soon. Can't seem to track them down, get them ready for work. This be the meanest spot, but no one's turned up. Do you want to leave them a post in case any of them do wander back this way? Can you scout around, see what turns up? Praise be, ye lads and ladies. See, I like to make a game of things, and there will be even more coin in it for you. Get both the name of the crewmate and what I want you to bring them correct on the first try. I need you to track down Lynn and bring him here this book. Then need you to uncover Slim's whereabouts and bring him this package of rations. Lastly, I need you to ferret out Finn and hand him his diving gear. Lynn book, Slim ration, Finn gear. In case you got a bit of wax in your ears, remember, get both the name and item right on the first try. And there's some extra coin waiting for you. Or my name ain't Glass-Eye Joe. How'd you get your glass eye? Aye, I remember that fateful evening clear as day. There was a storm brewing in the east, and the winds would reach us soon. Easterly winds, the devil's tools, I tell you. In omen, some would call it. I was foolish to go fishing that eve, but my friend Jeremy was intent on catching his supper and wanted some company. We reached the docks, and easterly winds nearly blew off my hat. That was the first warning sign I ignored. And so we set up our bait and rods. Aye, it was fine rods we had. Now the fish, they weren't biting. See, they felt the easterly winds in the waters and knew better. Sometimes these animals, they know the world around them best. Aye, like how flies always know who's going to die before any of us do. Jeremy sees there's no fish in the shallows of the harbor, so he gets to thinking. Aye, he gets to brooding. He thinks to cast his line out further, he does. So he pulls his line back, way back, and whips it around him like the wind from the tempest storm. Thing was, his hook went flying behind him, and foolish me thought behind the fisherman was the safest place to be. Aye, the razor-sharp hook went flying towards me. I know what you're thinking. Aye, you be thinking it was the hook that got old Joe's eye. Nay, says I. Nay. 'Tis wasn't the hook. I ducked the hook, yes I did. Went flying over old Joe's head, and I. Yes it did. That's when it happened. A seabird right in the easterly wings came in through nowhere and swooped down at me and plucked out my eye. The damn easterly winds, I tell you. 'Tis an omen. Anywho, I got myself fixed up. New glass eye to take the sea of an old man. Of me old one. There's no one to blame. The bird's just being a bird. Must have thought the eye was a sparkly thing and wanted for its nest. And that, my friends, is a tale of Glass-Eye Joe, guy's glass eye. I like it so much, I'm thinking of getting me other eye replaced as well. That was a great story. This is a story for the ages, for sure. Now you got your task. Don't be derelict in your duties. We'll get right on it. The hero here stares longingly at the waters far down below. Times I wonder what it'd be like to be a sea creature. Ever wonder stuff like that? Are you Lynn? Got the wrong yordle. Are you Stim? You must be thinking of someone else. Are you Finn? That's me! Oh, our boss must have sent you. I take it you've also got something else for me? Yeah, Slim gets the rations. Finn gets the diving gear. And Lim gets the book. And this is Finn. Diving gear. That's the stuff. That's the stuff. Diving gear. Oh, baby. Now I can really swim the best of them. I guess I better head to Glass-Eye Joe. Okay. Next book. It's 3 of 6. Oh well. But I still got the thing, so... So give her the extra crit chance. A large man stands lazily in a noisy street. On his shirt, there's stains from no less than 3 different sources of food and drink. As if he were so engrossed in his feeding accuracy with no concern. You're a tiny one, aren't you? Well, everyone's tiny compares to me. Are you slim? That'd be me. You got something for me then, eh? I can smell it on you. Give him the food rations. As the rations leave your hands, Lim stuffs them directly into his mouth and swallows without chewing. Well, I guess I better get to Glass-Eyed Joe. He's got more food, I bet. Hear about Arnie from Rat Town? This telescope, used mostly for stargazing at night, during the day reveals the wild, warm sky above Bilgewater. F4 of 6. Watchtower. Chef Torval's cookbook. Prawn pralines. Prawn pralines, the sweetheart of all dockworkers. Another one of Chef Torval's most famous foods. Shrimp for dessert? Yes, please. Shell, clean, behead, and remove the tails of enough prawn to fill your cooking dish. Chop up prawns to be bite-sized if necessary. Sprinkle with salt and mix. Use a bottle of cheap old wine, adding to a sauce pot with a couple of cups of sugar, boiling until it is a syrup. Sprinkle some chopped parsley into the prawns before then carefully pouring the wine caramel sauce over the prawns in your cooking dish. Arrange and pack the prawns so that they are evenly covered in the sauce. Place in a hot oven, uncovered. Stir often to prevent caramel from setting. Monitor carefully until the meat gets lacquered sheen of sugar and then immediately remove. Serve in a bowl hot. That is awful. Awful. Hmm. Yeah, this merchant's gonna die. A dapper sailor looks lost in thought, daydreaming. There are marks around his nose that indicate he might have been wearing reading glasses earlier. Takes a deep breath. Funny how smells can recall memories from years ago. You look as if you have some business with me. The glass-eyed Joe sent you. Are you Lynn? That would be me. And I take it you have something for me as well. Give him the book. Excellent. I was wondering where that book went. Well, with this in hand, I assume Glass-Eyed Joe is waiting for me. I'll head over now.
Family is everything. Everyone always together for survival. Here, it is very different.
People come here from all over the world, and they usually come alone.
But where are the new families? People coming together in a harsh land, gathering around a fire with newfound friends.
You got a lot to learn about Bilgewater.
Okay.
To live is to fight.
Yeah. We want to take care of the Venom guys first.
Down, fighting. That's the fighting spirit. The truth revealed in time.
Who's ready to die? I've got my sights on you.
I am unbreakable.
We are well.
This is fun for me. That'll teach ya.
Need to remember to respec Alawi after this, if she doesn't cleanse anymore.
My turn. Another notch on my gun.
Life is the sweetness of fruit and the joy of battle.
Okay. Oh, she does have it on. I thought I took that off for some reason. Weird. Not sure why I thought I took it off. Here's our fin that is strangely docile. It looks approachable. Pet it. I see you've met Professor Gilly. She's friendly to any stranger, just not to other Razorfin. Found her all alone when she was a wee pup, but she didn't hiss or attack me. Bottle fed her until she got older, and this is the result. Now I couldn't get rid of her even if I wanted to. Oh. Okay. Hmm.
And I told you the story of how I found my shield?
You said it involved a mountain troll.
Yes, it was a good troll. But the mountain, it was disagreeable. I had to punch it.
Of course you did.
One without any buffs on it. This is number 6. So 2 is here. Oh no, 2's up there. Huh, okay. I guess before heading that way, I should head over here. Wherever this is. Watchtower. Chef Torvald's cookbook. Coconut hagfish. The coconut hagfish. A delicious combination of crunchy fried coconut exterior and chewy rich hagfish underneath. Can be served with a sweet chili sauce or his famous soul sauce for dipping. Prepare your hagfish by cleaning, skinning, and deboning the hagfish. Be sure to rinse thoroughly at each stage as needed. As the fish exude a viscous mucus, chop meat into large bites. In a dish, crack 3 seagull shells and mix. In another dish, stir together 1 part flour, 1 part shredded coconut, 1 part hard tack crumbs, a spoon or 2 of salt and pepper, coat fish chunks in egg, and then the dry mixture, setting aside. Heat a skillet of cooking oil deep enough to fry. Cook chunks in oil into a golden brown, turning them sometimes. Remove chunks and dry on a cloth. Catfish can be used instead of hagfish if needed. There's just an inn.
Hurry up! I got a city to run.
Now you get their horns.
down. Fight it.
Meant to use the other one, but
Gotcha.
it was too late.
Let us catch up.
For me?
Another one down. Fortune favors the bold.
Chef Torvald's cookbook. Forward. I finally convinced Torvald to let me transcribe some of his recipes. It took some doing, and I'll be working extra shifts in the kitchen for weeks. But finally, I'll be able to snap open that grumpy crawdad's mind and write something down. He promised not to leave anything out either, as long as I bring him grog each sitting. I had to sign a contract that I wouldn't publish recipes or open my own restaurant until he's dead. But he's mostly lard and smokes like a chimney, so I shouldn't have to wait long. I'll have to make sure to ask him for the following recipes: coconut hagfish, prawn pralines, bilge rice, hot brine, and his mysterious soul sauce. I can't wait. So we still have 3 of those to find.
Careful. This thing's loaded.
This is gonna be good. That stings.
You're done.
I will show you the way.
Okay, gotta pay attention for that.
Try harder.
Don't get cocky. Waste of ammo.
You didn't cleanse that? Did they have another status effect on them? Weird.
Bleed for it.
Very strong. For me?
Getting dark.
Dead and buried. Bury him at sea.
I gotta say, I prefer Yasuo.
Perhaps this place could use some more furnishings.
Got any ideas?
I was thinking perhaps a mountain here, and some snow all around there.
No fishing here, huh? Oh. You have another one ready to claim? Second Yasuo book. Yeah, still haven't found any Kraken ink. Head in here. Rom literally punched through a mountain. Literally punched through a mountain. You're a terrible writer. Whoever wrote this, you are a bad writer. Watchtower, Magnum Opus. No matter how many times I play it, this damn song sounds dissonant. But another wants me to master it, so I play it over and over. Day in, day out. Practice, practice, practice. That's what Mother always says. Mother, she smothers me, always at my elbow, always criticizing. Again, she says. Again, again. Mother calls me a prodigy, and that is why she insists on perfection. No matter how many times I perform it, it just doesn't please her. She watches from her chair with a slight frown and nothing more. I'd give anything to see her smile just once when the song ends. I'll practice till my fingers cramp, until I can't stand straight, until I've perfected this piece. I'll perform something so exquisite, so flawless, she won't have anything to criticize ever again. That will show her. This will be my masterpiece. Huh. Didn't even notice that. Oh, really? Let's see. Marauder's Pauldron. So 79, 32. Oh, let's look at the extras first. So 28 stamina, reduced haste. 22 stamina, increased haste, and evasion. 38 defense, 29 magic defense. So if I were to enchant that with the defenses, protection is all by 12. Is there protection too? There is. All by 28. I don't have spectral dust? Oh, that's right. Yeah, I never bought the spectral dust. I meant to look when I talked to the merchant. I meant to look at what I still needed and buy what I needed, and I didn't. Oh well. It is too late. The River King's Blessing. Dearest brother, my dreams are coming true. Adams asked for my hand in marriage. Who could have guessed that a longshoreman's daughter like me could take the hand of a Demacian lord? It's as they say, anything is possible in Bilgewater, particularly if the River King is involved. You see, to Adam, I was always wealthy merchant's daughter. River King is taking care of it. He is a good blessing for our wedding. And don't protest. The plans are already come together. Adam's family will take care of most of it. My portion comes through an inheritance from my merchant father. River King's provided that for me too. Problem is, for all Adam knows, I'm an only child. I can't have you at the wedding, and we probably won't talk for some time. If you love me, you understand. You have your starter docks, and I have this. Take care, and have fun working the docks, dear brother. You're a piece of work. A piece of work. That time it worked. Alright. Yeah, I get it. I read the thing. You don't have to patronize us. Yep. Fortune's Tellstones record. Ari, 9-1. Notes. Only loss against Pike. Maybe bring my guns next time I play her. Sarah, 7-3. Notes. Need to take my time. Everyone else rushes, even Ari sometimes. Ilawi. Notes get distracted easily. Get her talking about Buru philosophy and that ought to do it. Yasuo, 5/5. Notes. Only plays while drunk. Wonder if his record would be better otherwise. Pike, 3-7. Notes. All wins were his opponents forfeiting over fear of their safety. Doesn't scare me. Braum, 0-10. Notes. Big guy needs to stop helping his opponent win. So pure. Yeah, that's Like, I get the jokes, but from a narrative standpoint, that's really weird. That we found notes that she wrote about the people, about all the people that we get as party members before we actually have the party members. They could have just turned that into one of those skits. This area has very bad writing. Take the plank. Take the plank. Yeah, so you have to take this plank. Place it here. And take this plank back. You can put it right here. Watchtower, grocery list. Shopping for the week. A dozen cork bird eggs. Fresh flour. Old flour got weevils. Saltfish. Whatever the docks want to get rid of. Cork bird carcass for stock. Peppercorns. Vegetables. Whatever's available. You won't need it anyway. Whale lard. Matches. Lamp oil. William's heart medicine. Rat poison. Black dress. Wine. Note to self. Get good wine. It'll be a celebration. That is messed up. That is dark. That is super dark. Why can't we do it to this one? Because this one shouldn't make the whole thing. Yeah. But I thought, I don't know if there's a reason for this. Okay, I don't think the plank should fit this. I try it at the end. Sarah, I'm so glad you're here. Just a couple minutes ago, a couple of thugs from Jagged Hooks tried to get me to open the door. They were even impersonating your voice. Are you going to get them? Oh, it really was you out there, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Oh, I'll just get back to the ship now. That sounds like a good idea. Yeah. Got one more crew member. Watchtower. The Morning Storm, a Bilgewater serial. Chapter 1, Passage 1. They may as well have stolen breath from his lungs. The gambler saunters towards the sleeping ship, muscles taut with intent. To an onlooker, he must appear as a titan in spite of his slender frame, striding manfully towards his destiny, trapped in the docked galleon which marred the seasoned horizon. Practiced fingers pass cards from one hand to the other as a trio of thugs emerge, eyes aflame. The first brushes the fringe of the gambler's waistcoat as he dodges without effort. A flick of a delicate wrist sends her toppling into the water. The second and third are dispatched with equal ease, barely slowing his ascent onto the deck. He's close, so close he can taste it. He won't stop. He can't. His breath mists in the morning sky. I'm coming for you, partner. Penned by the Stormlord. A handwritten note is scrawled below. Raffin, I told you to stop using that idiotic pen name. Misfortune. Sounds pretty good. Right. Okay. I think that's everything from here. Oh, right. I wanted to check the... Does this do anything? Okay, so nothing special. And we see people fishing everywhere, but we can't fish anywhere here. That is insulting. Here we go. Hey, Glass-eyed Joe. I see you haven't been derelict in your duty in the slightest. The crew has returned with other items. He hands you a sack of coins. As promised, now off with you. Yeah, just money again. Oh well. Oh, what isn't you again? We got my crew here all nice and right. Thank you kindly again.
these days, we're going to have a proper government building here.
You remind me of a great warrior queen from the Freljord, Captain Fortune.
Oh, really? Can she also shoot a bottle from 100 yards?
She probably could.
Gang wars are bad. Watchtower. Gang wars are bad for business. 2 of 6. Gabe. The Blade Breakers took half of our profits and most of our salted meat. I hate those bastards almost as much as I hate Captain Fortune. We should go hunting. We should go hunting till this is all calmed down. I'll be at the place. Bring your hooks and spears. I'll be borrowing a couple of crossbows. We can go for some smaller prey. Bring it back to the harbor in the tarp. Don't tell the staff where you're headed. Don't want this to slip out to any of the gangs, or they'll come after us here too. Dona. No fishing. Upsetting. But we got all these, so... Brahms, their book. Read the last of these. Got all 14 Watchtower books. So, Watchtower, gang wars are bad for business. 3 of 6. Ona, the twice drowned came today. They figured out we were starting hunting again, so they wanted protection money and dock fees. I told them we give it to the Blade Breakers. They got angry and smashed everything. They beat Cal and Nani black and blue. My head's ringing too. Mekov got real hurt. He can't see or talk. I'm going to see if they can help him at Barber's. Come as soon as you can. Gabe. Watchtower. Gangs are bad for business. 4 of 6. Gabe and Thona. I hope you're safe. The fights between the Blade Breakers and the 2C drowned got out of hand. I serve on 2 boats for come to your employ. Seen a lot. But the neighborhood is too dangerous now even for me. Fights most days. Most house and shop near all burned down. Sorry, I but go. You nice bosses. Be safe. Nanny. Watchtower. Gang wars are bad for business. 5 of 6. Thona. The Blade Breakers set new stash out by Slimefish Cove. When you get this note, hang a red jacket in your window. Then I'll lead the twice drowned to the spot. While you warn the Blade Breakers that the twice drowned are coming. Hopefully the bastards will kill each other off. Kai, Mekov, and the others will be waiting to clean up the survivors and take the loot too. Gabe. Gang wars are bad for business. 2 of 6 of 6. Thona. I'm sorry. I thought your brother would be able to handle the blade better. Gabe went down fighting. I returned him to the waters and said a prayer to Nagakaboros like he wanted. I know it's bitter news, but the plan worked. Twice drowned and the Blade Breakers cut each other up bad. Your brother wasn't the only one to die. We still have a share of the loot for you. It can't make up for anything, but it can help get your family through this war. You've been good bosses to me, and good friends. Get in touch and I'll give you both your cuts. Sorry, Mekov. Alright. Here, I guess. Jagged Hooks warehouse. The terror hook. The surgeon suggested I write down my account and discard it. Give my fears form and let them go. I'm willing to try anything before the madness takes me. It was the end of a long voyage. We were a convoy of 4 ships, coming finally home to port in Bilgewater. At the last moment, a storm came upon us, and we battened hatches. The black swells were tall and icy, but the bolt of thunder illuminated a shadow beneath, a giant of the sea, clad in iron. No one else saw it, but I did. That nightmare had eyes that burned like coal. Then the first ship splintered. A massive hook, an anchor, was embedded midship of the Gale Runner. There was a sound of cannonade as the hole cracked wide open. Panic followed. We lost 2 more vessels. Those who could still clamber took to the longboats and abandoned our injured on deck. I heard them screaming as the waves closed over them. I swear by my only son, I am now married to the land. Yeah, so we're at about 2.5 hours, so I'm gonna, since you got a whole dungeon to do, I'll call it here, and next time we'll move forward with the story, and hopefully make some good progress. Anyone who's been sticking with me, thanks once again for all the support. If you've been enjoying, appreciate doing all of the YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all next time.